continue to fight multiple devastating and deadly wildfires. More than 100,000 people are now under evacuation orders or warnings. Firefighters continue to battle the flames. They're against strong winds and dry conditions in the region, although the winds have started to die down just a little bit. These are live pictures right now from Los Angeles County, and you can see a little bit of smoke in the distance there on the right, but a lot of transmission towers in this area, and something that firefighters obviously want to protect. Now we want to show you the incident fire, and this is the CAL FIRE map showing you the three largest, actually 5 fires, but there are 3 large ones that we are really focusing on right now. They've been the most devastating and one of them deadly. This also shows the acreage and containment numbers. The Eaton fire has spread to more than 10,000 acres. The death toll in the Eaton fire has now gone from 2 to 5 people killed. That's at the top right and to the farthest east. The Palisades fire at the bottom left there is the most destructive fire, burning more than 17,000 acres so far. We want to get back to these live pictures for you, and you can see the amount of smoke coming off of this fire right now in Los Angeles County. Huge plumes of smoke, and we are starting to see that wind pick up just a little bit more than what we saw even just an hour ago. You can see that smoke moving in a very particular direction and picking up speed. Very thick smoke right now as it's burning through a lot of that dry brush. Again, very dry conditions down in Southern California right now, have not got a lot of rain. Los Angeles County officials are providing another update this morning on the fires. The LA City Fire Chief explaining the challenges that firefighters are facing in reaching containment on the Palisades fire.
Extreme fire behavior continues to challenge firefighting efforts for the Palisades area. Wind gusts are up to 60 miles per hour and are expected to resume throughout the entire day. Firefighters and air resources will continue to work to protect the community and infrastructures and gain control so that we can contain this fire.
And as I mentioned, the deadly fire out of all of these is the Eaton fire. It's still burning near Altadena, and we now know that at least 5 people have been killed because of this fire. Jennifer Bjorklund joins us live from Altadena. Yesterday, she was in Pacific Palisades, and now joining us from the Eaton fire with a live look at the aftermath and just so much destruction to this community, Jennifer.
It is. It's decimated out here. And you mentioned those fatalities. Just horrible news out of Altadena. We know that at least one of those fatalities was a man trying to save his home. His remains are still on the property with the hose still in his hand. The coroner has not been able to come through here and actually recover any of the bodies that have been found just because of the still burning fires, the down power lines. You can see utilities like this gas line here. We see this throughout the neighborhood here, and one of the crews that was driving through here told me they just let these burn because at least it's burning. It's an open gas line, and at least it's not gas that's pooling and threatening to explode. But yes, you mentioned 10,600 acres burned here, but these are important acres. These are small pieces of people's lives woven together to make this community that is now just gone. We saw a family coming through their property for the first time, and one woman just looking for her mother-in-law's ashes. In all of this mess, hoping just to find something to hold on to, knowing that the most important thing, her family members were all safe, they were all together, but as she put it, this is the American dream you work really hard for, and now they're going to have to work hard to rebuild that. But they say they will, and it's just another one of so many stories, house after house after house on these blocks that have been destroyed. So lighter winds here today. They're hoping to get a little bit of a grid search going in this neighborhood to make sure that the houses that are next to the ones that look like this will remain safe when the winds kick up, because right now things are looking pretty good, Lisa.
And Jennifer, you mentioned that people have been coming back to the area, so I assume it's been deemed safe enough for people to return and look at what's left, even though some of the gas is still obviously flowing there behind you.
Yeah. I mean, there are lines down. There are no hot power lines that anybody can tell are hot. They've been pretty safe. There's cars driving through. It's just, be careful when you walk in here. It's not a hard closure. That's why they told me that they can't just shut off the gas for the whole area, because there are still some homes with people in them, and they're not evacuated. And that's okay. That's allowed. It's just proceed with caution at your own risk. So that's the situation here. But in other parts of LA County where they have hard evacuations, they're actually looking out for looters, because we've heard reports of 20 arrests of people who've gone into neighborhoods that are supposed to be evacuated, and they are there for no good reason except to see what they can take from people who are, heeding the evacuation orders or who have lost everything.
Yeah, that's so sad. Even though there were strong warnings from government officials and law enforcement yesterday, obviously people just ignoring that. And I guess, Jennifer, when you talked about the fact that, yes, they can't just turn off all the gas, because there's some homes that, are perfectly fine and were completely spared, and then other homes that were devastated, like the one behind you. And so it's a really tricky situation. It's not like just a 100% wildland wildfire. This is more of an urban interface wildfire, where you've got that mix of, urban property and people living there, but it's acting like a wildfire.
It certainly is, and that was what was such a diabolical problem that fire crews had in the last few days. They're tapping into fire hydrants. The municipal water supply can only handle so much. They have these 2 million gallon backup tanks that are supposed to keep the pressure going, but there's only so much they can take. They're only really designed to hit maybe 1 or 2 houses, not an entire neighborhood. So to get the water tanks in was a real challenge. And this is, we're in the foothills. This is urban interface, but this is pretty much a grid neighborhood. These are not the canyons or the hills that we're used to really seeing fires in, because, like we've been saying, fire usually goes that way. It goes uphill. This one went the other direction. So it surprised a lot of people who just never have had that as an issue before in their neighborhood.
Yeah, and it's just, it's unprecedented for all of us to see something like this happening. Jennifer Bjorklund, thank you so much for your live reports over the last several days, and I'm certainly glad that you're out of those really bad winds. Let's go to live pictures now from also in Altadena, where Jennifer Bjorklund is, not far from where she is. This is the Eaton fire. Again, this fire is the deadly fire, and these are live pictures, one of the sky cameras, but they're kind of monitoring all these transmission lines. I don't know exactly what they are used for. But obviously very valuable. And as they're panning around, you can see, what looks like some blackened, charred area on the ground. You can see just how close some of this got. Looks like there is some smoking there, but it also looks like there may be some red on the ground. So it's hard to say if they maybe tried to lay down some retardant to try and protect this area and all these different types of towers. But we are seeing smoke right now coming out of where these towers are located. Again, this is the Eaton fire in Altadena, and where we've just seen so much loss in this area. Homes destroyed, structures destroyed, and now we're seeing another structure that appears to be smoking, and it looks like they did, it's hard to tell with the light changing here, but those are some flames there on the ground, seen a little bit right next to the road there, and this looks like this could possibly be a sky camera, maybe a news camera. We'll continue to follow that for you. In the meantime, let's go back over to the Palisades fire. It's now being called the most destructive fire in all of Los Angeles history. These are live pictures from our partners at KABC, and it virtually wiped out the town of Pacific Palisades since it broke out on Tuesday. And you can see just how intense the flames are. Look at the glow from the flames there coming up underneath that towering smoke plume there. That's pretty big, and that means it's really starting to heat up there. Officials are now estimating the number of damaged or destroyed structures to be in the thousands because of this fire that you're looking at. Now, keep in mind, this is just one of about 5, but one of the 3 big ones. There is no containment on this fire. Now, the gusts fire officials were saying we're still dealing with in this fire 60-mile-per-hour gusts at times. So hopefully those are starting to die down. Now let's take a look at this from earlier this morning, showing damage to homes along the coast in Malibu. This is also the Palisades fire. It stretched down to the ocean, and you can see these homes destroyed. These were oceanfront homes, and nothing is left. Everything burned to the ground, maybe just the trunks there on some of those palm trees. That's all that's left. A lot of smoke rising from the ashes here. We sent a crew down to Southern California, and KCRA 3's Melanie Wingle will have a closer look at the destruction from the Palisades fire. That's coming up in about 20 minutes. Now, 3 other fires are also still burning in Los Angeles County right now. That's the Hearst fire, the Lydia fire, and the Sunset fire. And this is from the Hearst fire, which has burned roughly 670 acres. Crews say they have not been able to get any sort of containment on this fire either. Officials say they have stopped forward progress on the Lydia fire. It's now 40% contained. As for the Sunset fire, crews also stopping forward progress on that fire. They're working to put out any spot fires. They've also been able to lift some evacuation orders for that fire earlier today. That's just for the Sunset fire. All right, now let's take another live look at here. We have the Los Angeles wildfires, and you can see as we zoom out just how much smoke is covering the land there in Southern California and how high those clouds are getting. I'd be interested to hear from meteorologist Dirk Verdoorn on not only the winds, but what we're seeing happening right now as those smoke plumes are just shooting straight up into the air.
That's a different story from yesterday. Yesterday, with the strong winds, it was laying low. You had the smoke that was just hugging the ground as it made its way out towards the ocean. Right now, we have the 2 big fires. You have the Eaton fire that's producing most of the smoke at this point. You can see the location here to Los Angeles. All that smoke is making its way over the city. And then the Palisades fire, which of course is closer to the coastal area. This is in the Santa Monica Mountains, and you still have some pretty good plumes that are popping up. But again, that's being pushed out toward the ocean. And so those 2 fires are the big ones. Both of those are over 10,000 acres that have burned already, and they continue to burn rather rapidly. So that's what's producing a lot of the smoke at this time. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we have as far as the air quality, which is poor. We have unhealthy levels of particulates in the air around Los Angeles, and just to the east of Los Angeles and to the south of Los Angeles is where we see some of the thickest smoke at this time. Forecast shows that the winds are going to be changing. So we still have the winds, and they're still fairly strong in the upper elevations. Over the mountains, the peaks of the mountains, we still have wind gusts that are anywhere from 50 to over 70 miles per hour. These winds will stay with us through the afternoon, but should start to taper off later on tonight. And while the winds won't completely go away until we get into Friday, by Friday, late afternoon, we could actually see a shift in the winds to get more of an onshore breeze, which would really change the dynamics of things and really bring also some higher humidity to the area to help out the firefight. So again, as we get into Friday, the winds will decrease, and we could see a shift in those winds, Lisa.
All right. Thank you, Dirk. We're going to continue to follow the developments on the Southern California wildfires, both on air here and on the KCRA 3 mobile app. Make sure you download it. It's free to download, and turn on the push alert so you get the latest information instantly. Many people have been asking about how to help people in Southern California. You can scan the KCRA 3 code. This is a safe code for you to scan right now with your phone. It will take you to a safe place to donate. KCRA 3 has teamed up with the American Red Cross to help people impacted by these wildfires. Your donation will go towards supporting victims of the fires, disaster relief, and other humanitarian efforts that are needed.